Being pretty makes going out in public so fucking intimidating. And guys make it so obvious too. And honestly, what I think it actually is that makes it all worse is now that I have social media following, I hear people being like, oh, I follow her on Instagram. I'm pretty and I know I'm pretty, and that makes people so fucking mad. Oh, if you're a girl between like 15 and like honestly any age above that, why are you not caring about how you look? If there's something that's always bothered you, change it. And no one tells you that because they're preying on your fucking downfall because they want you to be ugly and fat and a loser. Any girl can go have sex right now. It takes zero skill. It's fucking easy. What's rare is having standards and saying, I'm actually not going to let you touch my body just because you said you wanted to. That is what will make a high value man actually want you, because he's going to put you in the box of wife instead of hookup for the night. We are made to respect our bodies, to be with a man, to actually have sex, to have kids, okay? And to bond with our soulmate, not to go give it up for some quick pleasure and dopamine and then use abortion as birth control. Stop it.
An influencer wannabe, Talia is already cosplaying an out-of-touch celebrity. And while she thinks her confidence makes people jealous of her, I think it's actually her arrogance that's extremely off-putting. So let's take a look at a few of her videos, starting with her most controversial TikTok that kind of went viral.
Being pretty makes going out in public so fucking intimidating. And guys make it so obvious too. Like, I hear you. Like, I literally hear what you're whispering to your friends, and I see you all fucking staring at me. And then also, like, this guy literally tried to, like, walk into me to, like, get my... I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Like, right off the bat, she places so much value on the fact that men look at her in public, when in fact it has no value. It doesn't really matter at all. And that makes me think she isn't like actually confident. She's just more obsessed with the fact that people look at her and talk about her, etc. We will get to like her confidence later on, but in here she just puts so much value on the fact that men look at her, when I think that if you're like in your 20s and you're at least like moderately attractive, men are going to pay attention to you. And it really doesn't take that much work or that much beauty to be noticed by men. Like, if I leave the house in like leggings, an oversized hoodie, like messy hair, no makeup, glasses, etc., generally speaking, just looking my worst, I also get stared at by men, and I just don't put any value on that. They just notice me because I'm young, let's say I'm like conventionally attractive, that's why they pay attention to me, and it just doesn't mean anything. It means way more for me to be complimented by a girl, because I feel like you actually have to deserve it to be complimented by another woman.
And this is not even to be like, oh my God, I'm just so beautiful, but it really is true. Like, going in public, being a pretty girl, you know you're being looked at, and it's intimidating.
I do kind of agree with her, but hear me out before you judge me. I feel like I've also been stared at since I probably had puberty, so since I was like 14 or something, and I started, looking like a woman, and that's when I started being observed very often. So I understand that it can feel intimidating, but like I said before, I just don't put any value on it. And I definitely wouldn't base my like self-confidence or what I think about myself on that, because I feel like if you're pretty, if you're ugly, if you're just different, even in like a tiny bit different, people are going to look at you in public, they are going to talk about you in public, and it really just doesn't matter as much. I don't understand why she's so like ramped up about it, you know what I mean? Like, she really puts a lot of value on that, and that's a little weird to me. But let's keep watching, because this is not like a crime here, right? You can feel intimidated in public, that's okay, that's understandable.
Like, I don't know, I also didn't grow up looking like this, and so being seen like all eyes on me like this gives me so much fucking anxiety.
And maybe that's just what it is. Like I told you before, to me it's been happening since I was probably like 14, so I am kind of used to that at this point. But I feel like if you're an adult woman, which she is, and you have any experience with men, you would understand it doesn't really matter that they look at you. I don't know, it's not really that big of a deal.
And honestly, what I think it actually is that makes it all worse is now that I have a social media following, I hear people being like, oh, I follow her on Instagram, or like people will come up to me, which is so much fucking better. Please, if you see me in person, please just come say hi to me, because when I can tell that you recognize me and you're talking about me or you're saying things and I can hear you, it gives me so much anxiety.
And I think this may be the moment where people kind of have a problem with her, because on Instagram she has like 50k followers, and the same on TikTok, maybe a little more right now after that video went kind of viral, so maybe she's closer to like 60k, but still that's not really like a big following, you know, unless her following is very local to her. I don't think it's very likely that she gets approached very often because of like her fame on the internet. I don't know, it's just not like the numbers are not really confirming her story. And someone even commented, I'm not trying to be mean at all, but I have like 160k and I've never been recognized in the street, and I've never even considered that would happen. In fact, I forget I even have a following. It seems like nothing. I don't know. And then Talia replied, I started social media this year and grew quickly and get approached all the time. And my family is also known in Arizona, so it really is constant. And like I said, unless her following is very local to her, I don't think it's just very likely that she gets approached all the time, or that people just talk, you know, behind her back that, oh my God, I follow her on Instagram. Like, you really have to, I think, be famous to have that stuff happen to you, and having 50,000 subscribers, followers or whatever nowadays is not that big of a deal, I think. So she's kind of blowing it out of proportion, in my opinion.
But I love when people come up to me. That does not make me nervous. It's knowing that I'm being like heard or seen, but like them not coming up to me, that makes me fucking nervous. But this is just something I'm learning and working on. But oh my gosh, I went to the mall today for the first time in so long, and I'm not gonna lie, I never want to do it again, and I never want to go in public again by myself.
Like, you know, she's being very dramatic, and she's being very much like full of herself, I would say. And that's, I think, what people kind of started reacting to. It's not, in my opinion, it's not the fact that she thinks she's pretty, because there are a lot of reactions to that video, people mocking her for saying she's pretty. I don't think that would be a problem in itself if she wasn't just like so full of herself at the same time, because that it's not an issue that you say that you're pretty. Like, I've done this before on different videos. I said, I think I'm pretty, blah, 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 something. And no one really in the comments came for me to be like, oh my God, you're so ugly, or oh my God, like you're just like full of yourself or arrogant. And that's what's happening to her. She comes off, so she's so off-putting because she's so full of herself. And that's what people don't like, I think. If she is pretty, okay? Like, I'm not saying she isn't. I do think she's pretty, but her personality is just awful. And obviously it's rage bait, obviously, but you're gonna see more of her later in this video. Maybe you'll understand why I'm so like frustrated with her,
because I don't know, I need to get used to just like being seen and being looked at and being like whispered about, but it's not normal. So I don't know.
I feel like this is normal. Like, people, you don't have to be recognized to be talked about in public. Like, sometimes people will see you in like an outfit they don't like and they will talk about you. Like, it is normal. I think.
Just my heart rate is fucking at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Anyways, to the people who do come up and say hi, thank you, because first of all, you're all like normal girls my age. You're all so fucking pretty and cool, and it just like puts me at ease. And also then I like feel like I have a friend there. Like, I don't know. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's so cool. Like, my hard work, like these followers are actually real fucking people my age who get me. So thank you. It's the coolest thing ever.
So like I said, after she posted that TikTok, it went kind of viral. Right now it has around 3 million views, so I guess that's big. And people made like a few reaction videos.
Girl, we're not buying it, okay? You're a little cutie pie when your mouth is closed. You just seem unpleasant, okay? And no one wants to compliment an unpleasant person. It's gauche, and it's clear you don't actually have that much confidence, babe. You wouldn't be coming to the internet seeking such validation from us, trying to convince the world that you believe that you are a supermodel if you actually felt that way.
We don't hate that girl who said life is so hard because she is so beautiful and famous because she's confident. We hate her because she's not, and her confidence is fake.
I think it's less about jealousy and more about how her confidence doesn't really feel based. It feels brand new, like she's still trying it on.
And I think that prompted her to make kind of like a response video.
I'm pretty and I know I'm pretty, and that makes people so fucking mad.
Okay, immediately, like I said before, what's making people mad is not the fact that she's pretty and she says it, it's the way she says it.
I made a video saying that going out in public is stressful sometimes because everyone's looking at you, and like guys will do things to get your attention, and especially now that I have a following, people are like talking about me, or then they'll come up to me. Like, it's just a different experience than it used to be before I got a nose job and hair extensions and lost weight and started posting on social media, and people, mostly guys, trying to gaslight me and be like, you're not pretty, you're chopped. Bitch, you literally cannot tell me.
Now, I do think she is pretty. I do think she's attractive. She has amazing hair, in my opinion. And I think people who are telling her that she's chopped are just reacting negatively to her personality, and they see that she bases a lot of her self-confidence on her looks, so to bring her down they comment negatively on her looks. But I think when you look at her, you can just tell that she's like conventionally attractive, right? Because pretty or beautiful, that's, I think, a very like personal thing. We all have our preferences, etc., but she is definitely conventionally attractive, that's for sure. But people are reacting negatively to her personality because I think there are like two types of confidence general. You can be confident in a way that's kind of uplifting to others and that inspires other people to also be confident. And there is the second type of confidence, which I think she has, and that one may be closer to arrogance. And that type of confidence makes people feel worse about themselves. And I think that's the type she has, because as you can see, she says that, oh, like, I'm so pretty because I had a nose job, I lost weight, I have very nice hair, whatever. So she thinks she's pretty, not because she's confident, but because she started fitting in with like the general standard of being conventionally attractive. So that makes me think that she isn't actually like confident deep within herself. She's only confident because she reached that standard, you know? And it makes me wonder what would happen if she got uglier, I guess. I don't know, if she gained a lot of weight very quickly, or I don't know, something happened to her and she wouldn't fit that standard anymore. Would she be so confident? Because that's true confidence at the end of the day. And because she puts so much value on looks, people who don't really fit the same standard would feel like she would think of them as less because they aren't as pretty as her. And someone who has the inspiring type of confidence would encourage other people to feel beautiful even if they don't fit that typical standard of beauty. Her personality is incredibly off-putting, and I don't think she realizes there is a huge difference between confidence and arrogance. She's surprised that, maybe not surprised, but she is talking about how people are mocking her and telling her she's chopped or whatever. But it's not surprising since she is kind of trying to portray herself as this very pretty, very successful woman when she doesn't really have that much to show for it. Like, she is pretty, like I said, but her following isn't that big, and maybe it is kind of a success to achieve this type of following in a few months, like she said, but still it's really, it's not like being a celebrity, and she's trying to act like one already.
That I'm not objectively pretty. I fit the beauty standard. That is just a fucking fact. And the funny thing is, I don't see it as that much of a personal thing. For me,
I'm going to show you a video after this one, which proves that she does actually think of it as a very much personal thing. We also saw in the previous video that she puts a lot of value on the fact that people talk about her and look at her. So it does feel like she's kind of contradicting herself here, but okay, let's continue.
you are who you are, and then there's your looks. And your looks give you a competitive advantage. But then, obviously, there's pretty privilege, but there's also times where it doesn't serve you, and it's more anxiety-ridden, or people are ruder to you, or whatever the fuck else.
And I kind of already said that I sort of agree with her here. It can be intimidating, especially if you put so much value on it as she does. I do also agree that sometimes when you're pretty or, you look good because your outfit is fire, your makeup is great, whatever, people can be ruder to you sometimes. But I still think that in her case, it may be more often because of her arrogance than her actual looks. But for the sake of it, I'm going to agree that sometimes people are very mean to the hot popular girl.
Anyways, I just came on here to say that you can't gaslight me. I know I'm fucking pretty.
She is pretty. She is conventionally attractive. And I think people criticizing her looks are trying to be mean to her without getting to the actual point of why she's so unpleasant.
Could never make me hate myself. Truly. I fucking love myself so deeply, and social media sees one little piece of the pie. Everybody fucking knows this. I don't even believe in any of the hate on social media. You're a fucking bot. No one's ever said this shit to my face, so that's how I know you're a fucking bot. You don't exist in my universe.
Okay, this is honestly such a funny take. Just because someone hates you on the internet doesn't mean they are a bot. And whether she means that that person is a bot as in an actual bot, or that this person is a bot because they, I don't know, don't think for themselves or whatever, it's just very laughable. Obviously, being online, being anonymous gives people this freedom to say stuff that they would never say to your face. Even people would probably, if they could stay anonymous, they would say things to you that they would never say to you to your face. But it's just kind of really funny to have that mindset to write everyone who hates on you off as a bot just because they are criticizing you or the way you look or whatever. But okay, this is her confidence.
Anyways, all to say to the girls who are told certain things, especially by guys or hater-ass girls, they're mad that you're confident. You know if you're pretty, you know how you look, and other people's opinions, whether it's advice, compliments, insults, it's all just noise from other people. Whatever you believe about yourself is right because you spend the most time with yourself, so you have the most evidence on who you are.
And I agree with this. You know yourself best. But I do think it's kind of dangerous to sell this idea of, oh, you shouldn't listen to anyone. You shouldn't listen to anyone criticizing you. You know best, whatever. I do think everyone needs at least one person that's going to criticize them every once in a while. And I've said that so many times before. And just closing yourself off and only listening to yourself and dismissing other people, I do think it's dangerous because you lose kind of, I don't know, sight of reality. In a way, you get very delulu, and I'm delulu a little bit as well. But I just have people that I can confront my delusion with, and it kind of makes me, I think it makes me a better person all around, because I don't, I'm just not so egocentric, I'm not so arrogant because of it, because I confront my views and what I think about myself with other people that I trust and that know me very well, and that I know they will be truthful with me. And that's obviously not to say that you should take everything everyone says or comments under your videos personally. I'm just saying it's not, I think, the best idea to only listen to yourself ever. And this is kind of what she's painting it to be.
If you love yourself, no one can ever take it away from you. And that's the best fucking part, and why I've gained so much confidence this year since starting my social media, because it's made me realize that my opinion about myself is so locked and deep rooted that no matter what anyone says, it doesn't change the way I feel and the way I live my life.
It's really hard to believe this because she is so confident because she fits the beauty standards. So to me, this isn't true confidence. I gain weight, I lose weight, I get pimples, I get rid of pimples. I feel the same about myself generally. But she said she wasn't so confident earlier because, she, I don't know, got a nose job or whatever. She wasn't so confident then. Now she's very confident and no one can change this. But I feel I don't know, if she gained weight, maybe that would change her level of self-confidence. So I don't know. To me, this just isn't real confidence. That's it. Anyway, let's move on to the video I told you about where she discusses the importance of looks. And I think this is the video where her personality really pops off.
Oh, if you're a girl between like 15 and like honestly any age above that, why are you not caring about how you look? Like, I always was like, I just love myself the way I am. Like, I'm not going to change anything. No, bitch. If there's something that's always bothered you, change it. And no one tells you that because they're preying on your fucking downfall because they want you to be ugly and fat and a loser. But I'm telling you, when you genuinely love the way you look, it fills your cup and it literally makes your life better. And it also makes you able to give to other people and like give that overflow.
She's almost there. She's almost there. I do agree with her that if there is something about yourself that you genuinely don't like, I don't know, let's say you're overweight and it really bothers you that you're fat or whatever, I do think it's better to start working out and go on a diet, whatever, instead of just not liking yourself, instead of looking at the mirror and being critical of yourself all the time. It is going to make you feel better if you start doing something about this. But I think it's also completely valid to be aware of your flaws or imperfections and still like yourself. And people who tell you that you're pretty and people who are telling you to accept yourself aren't preying on your downfall. I mean, yeah, sure, there are like the beauty standards, but we all have our preferences. We all have our like personal standards. So just because you don't fit the general beauty standard and someone tells you that you're pretty doesn't mean that they are trying to be mean to you or to keep you from winning or whatever she said. Maybe they just genuinely like you. Maybe they just genuinely like how you look. That's it. Like, I don't understand this like mindset that she has.
Because when you are drained and you don't love the way that you look as a woman, especially in this fucking world and like in the US, the way that like it operates on that, people treat you so differently. And like, why not set yourself up for success?
And while I do agree that people may treat you differently based on how you look, like obviously people treat you differently on how you look and pretty privilege exists, etc., I think she is overestimating it a little bit. Like, it's more about the mindset, about feeling good with yourself, but that doesn't mean you have to like try to fit the general beauty standard to feel good about yourself, you know? And even though I do feel like I profit of pretty privilege pretty often, to be honest with you, I don't think it determines my success, to be honest with you, but I guess it depends on how you view success. Because if to you success is appealing to high-value men, which she talks about later, I'll show you, then I guess being pretty sets you up for success in that particular area. But if you want to be, I don't know, educated, or if you want to have a very particular career, or I don't know, anything else really, then being pretty is really not all it takes. You still have to put a lot of work into whatever you do. You still have to, learn the stuff, gain the skills, whatever. Being pretty is not enough. And in my opinion, she's just overestimating it a little bit.
And that's the thing that people don't get is they think that you're doing it for other people. No, bitch. I want the best opportunities for me. I'm playing this game of life strategically and I'm going to fucking win every time. You have me so fucked up if you think I'm going to settle for a life that I do not want. No, thank you. I deserve to look and feel and be fucking beautiful and perfect.
And I do agree with that. She does deserve to feel pretty. She does deserve to feel perfect. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But just the way she talks about looks in general would make me think that she judges everyone based on looks. Because if that's so important to her, if she thinks it sets you up for success or whatever, then she would judge anyone who doesn't fit the beauty standards as, I don't know, sometimes people say that, fat people are lazy or whatever because they don't want to put in the work, when in reality it's very often much more complicated than that. And it just makes me think that she's that type of person that has that very simplistic view of life in that matter, obviously.
Even like with my nose job, people were like, don't do that. Like, you were born with this nose. Bitch, I don't care. I was born with this nose and God said, here's a doctor that can give you a new nose. And I said, thank you so much, God. Love yourself enough to, if something bothers you, give yourself the world. Like, of course I'm going to spoil myself. I'm not going to hold myself back from happiness. If getting a nose job and getting some hair extensions is going to change my life that much, I will be there. And look at me now.
It's great. I agree with this. If you have the means to fix things about yourself that genuinely bother you, sure. Like, there's no problem with that. But if you judge other people based on the fact that they don't have it done or they didn't get a nose job or whatever, that's like problematic a little bit, I think.
I'm so happy. I love life. Like, We're so lucky to be alive in this time, I swear. Anyways, love you guys. Fall for more. Mwah.
And then she also made a video talking about the hookup culture, and it reveals that she judges other people not only on looks, but also on their body count. So let's see.
There is no such thing as casual sex. You're lying to yourself. You're dumb. Talia, you wouldn't know because you've never had casual sex. Exactly. It's not being naive. It's being intentional. It's being selective, because I will never give my body away to a man that I just met. What the hell are...
Like, immediately, it icks me that she has such a strong opinion on people who engage in hookup culture. I mean, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but why the judgment? That's why I don't get. And once again, I think she just comes off very arrogant because of it.
Are you doing? You cannot separate your body from emotions. You cannot separate dopamine from bonding. You cannot separate your soul from the soul tie energy that you exchange with a person and everyone else that they've before.
Yeah, but then again, there are some people who can, though. There are people who can separate their emotion from like a single hookup. And to be fair with you, I'm also similar to Talia in that way, that I also can't like detach from it, but it really doesn't take that much to understand that some people can. It's really not that big of a deal. And I really don't like when people put everyone or like all women in the same basket, because they're like, oh, I'm a woman, I think this, so obviously other women think the same thing. Like, if life was that simple, there wouldn't be as much conflict between people. So like, just because you feel like this doesn't mean everyone does. Like,
any girl can go have sex right now. It takes zero skill. It's fucking easy. What's rare is having standards and saying, I'm actually not going to let you touch my body just because you said you wanted to. I actually don't need you, and I'm good, and I'm happy on my own.
Like, the blindness to the fact that some people might be different from her is showing. Like, I can totally believe that there are women who have lower standards for hookups because it's like a one-time thing, and then they have higher standards for relationships because they are more permanent. Like, just because someone engages in casual hookups doesn't mean they don't have standards.
I need to give my body away to feel something from you. I'm actually not delusional. I know my worth, and I know that my body is a temple, and I'm gonna respect myself.
Okay, sure, cool, good for you. For some people, it's just fun, and that's it. Like, there's nothing to be so ramped up about, really.
My body is a temple, and I'm gonna respect myself. That is what will make a high value man actually want you.
So, she makes all those like high and mighty statements about treating her body like a temple, just to circle back to the fact that all she cares about is what some high value man thinks of her. Like, this is so funny. How can this be true confidence when you're basing it off what like men want from you? First you say you don't care that men want to touch your body and you're not gonna let him just because he wants to, and now you're like, oh, but a high value man would want me to not have like a casual hookup, so that's what I'm going to do. Like, at the end of the day, you're just basing it off a man's opinion, and that's, I don't know, it just seems very hypocritical to me.
Because he's gonna put you in the box of wife instead of hookup for the night, okay?
And you know what? Maybe I could kind of agree with her up until this point. Like, at the end of the day, you just want to be put in the right box by a man, but you're saying you're treating your body like a temple and you're like so confident and you don't need anyone, but you just want to be put in the right box by a man. I don't know. This is just, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, her mindset doesn't make sense to me. Like, she's basing her morality and her self-respect on what men want from her still. Like, this is just laughable at this point.
You want your dream soulmate and these flowers and to be taken care of and provided and protected and all this, then you need to also show up as a high value woman. Otherwise, you're going to end up like every other average bitch.
I hate this. I hate when people put value on other people based on their body count. Like, it doesn't matter that much.
Okay? That sucks. You're delusional. I try to be nice, but it's just the delusion.
No, she's not trying to be nice. Obviously, she's rage baiting. Every video is rage bait. She's trying to say as much of a controversial thing as she can just to get views. And I guess it's working for her because she is getting some views, she is getting comments, etc. But Yeah, obviously she's not being nice.
Delusion hurts me. It pains my soul because you're being stupid, and it hurts me for you. It hurts me to see all these girls being fucking brainwashed into thinking that it's empowering to give your body away when it's literally only helping these guys, making it easier for them to use you.
Girl, like what are you talking about? Like you think it's more empowering to be put in a different box by a man, and you're criticizing women having fun as not being empowered while you're basing your like self-respect on what a man would think of you. Like what type of empowerment is that?
And then you're left confused and wondering. We are made to respect our bodies, to be with a man, to actually have kids, okay? And to bond with our soulmate, not to go give it up for some quick pleasure and dopamine and then use as birth control. Stop it. Rant over.
Okay, this is a crazy take, obviously. Very clearly, this is rage bait, I hope. But I guess there are people who think like this, so maybe she's just one of them. I don't know, but I do think, generally speaking, she's just rage baiting as much as she can. And to be honest with you, like I said, I could almost agree with her. That's the thing. I could almost agree with her. Because I also don't think it's empowering to like take part in hookup culture, but that I also don't think it's empowering to not take part in hookup culture. What I do think is empowering is doing whatever you want and not caring what a high value man or really any type of man would think about you. And just to put it out there, I don't think your body count influences your value at all, and anyone who tells you it does is just kind of disgusting. Do you really judge people for how many people they slept with? Like, this is very, very stupid. And I'm just saying this so you don't think that because I'm not like straight up against hookup culture. I just don't think it works for me. I don't think it also works for a lot of other women. But just because I think that doesn't mean I judge people based on that, and it doesn't mean I cannot understand that some people just enjoy it and they're just having fun and that's it. Like, in my opinion, you know, relations like that can only be good if you've built some kind of intimacy and trust. And I think it's really hard to do that with like a one-time thing. But just because I think that and just because it works for me doesn't mean I'm going to judge you or anyone else who like enjoys casual hookups. I honestly don't care, you do you, to be honest. For me, Talia is just desperately trying to become an influencer by posting the most extreme takes she can think of. And in a way, it is working for her, right? Because she is getting views, followers, comments. I'm making a video about her. There are probably going to be more people making videos about her. So she is gaining popularity. But I just also think she's just straight up rage baiting all the time. And I'm not even like going to follow her to see more of her. And that's it. Anyway, that's it from me for today. Let me know what you think about her. Do you think that people are genuinely jealous of her confidence and her looks, or do you agree with me that, you know, she's just unpleasant and arrogant and that's what people don't like? Let me know in the comments, and while you're there, obviously don't forget to subscribe. Bye.